welcome back to my vlog series. If you have no idea who I am, my name is Olivia, and if you have no idea what I'm doing, I'm introducing you to me through some mediocre paintings. Last week I broke my schedule and I was definitely a little bit more vulnerable than I was anticipating being, and this week I want to stay on the same trend of, being very authentic rather than being very presentable. So I hope that you learned something about me, and I also hope that you enjoy this week's painting because I really like the way it turned out, so. I am, to no one's surprise, an extrovert. I look forward to the moments that I get to connect and be with others, and I feed off the energy they exude. I need those types of interactions to survive. At the very beginning of the pandemic, there was a 2-week period where I was completely alone. 14 full days of isolation. These 14 days were incredibly challenging for me because, as an extrovert, it's the complete opposite of what I was craving. At the end of those 2 weeks, I was drained, lonely, sad, stressed, exhausted. I was waiting for any of my roommates to return to save me and help my brain come back to life. I realized through those 2 weeks how easy it was for me to take for granted meeting people, making new connections, feeling full off the energy that others give me. I realized that there was a part of me that was unable to cope with this huge life change that was the start of the COVID-19 pandemic without other people. It was as if, without being able to talk it over, without being able to talk through the action steps to survival with another human, I was incapable of doing it. I didn't know how to function without other people. Even phone calls, FaceTimes, and Zooms were just not doing it for me. It felt like communicating over technology was just a taste of what I wanted, making me really crave the real thing. I was unsatisfied. But as I began to realize that the pandemic was far from over, I really began to evaluate, what does it mean to be an extrovert in a virtual world? Was I just going to be unsatisfied and longing for connection the entire pandemic? Was I going to slowly become an introvert because of survival of the fittest? All bets were off, and I was insanely worried. Over time, I began to realize that while ideally I would never be alone, I was going to need to learn to not dissipate if I was. I began to find strength in my ability to forge connections while staying safe, and I began to see and appreciate the value in connecting with my friends and family virtually. Now, in April of 2021, over a full year since the pandemic started, I am still an extrovert, but I'm an extrovert who has learned to feel full when she's by herself, and I have a newfound appreciation for the technology that connects me to my loved ones, despite state borders, despite country borders, and despite the pandemic restrictions. Okay, so there you have it. This week I have painted a phone, which for me represents connection. I'm 99% extroverted according to Myers-Briggs, and I think for me, I recharge with other people. I love being surrounded by people. And so during the pandemic, when, in-person interactions have been super limited, I've had to learn how to feed myself in a way that was going to be safe. And so phone calls and FaceTimes and text messages and sort of online connection has been something super helpful for me. And I think that even a year and a half ago, it wouldn't have satisfied me. I just would have felt like it was fake and it wasn't real. But I've really learned how making this active connection and making this active choice to set aside time and talk to somebody over the phone, it shows that you're willing to put in work to connect with somebody, which is definitely what I've had to do over the last year and a half. So it's a phone, definitely not the one I use for FaceTimes, but a phone nonetheless that I think accurately represents my desire to be extroverted. I hope that you enjoyed this week's painting, and I hope that you join me next week to learn another little thing about me.